Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. Second of all, I want to give double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone, Elder Tahar, and on down to rule well. And third of all, I want to give a peace and safety to the hopeful elect out there, the brothers that push this truth, the truth of the King James Bible, and all truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the globe. Alright, so I just want to do a short video. I have alone the spirit, a short and transit lesson. I have alone the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai allows it to go. And I want to name the video. Our forefathers had to show their faith, and we will too. We'll have to too. Alright, or whatever title, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son sees fit our use. Trying to get a good angle. It's like it. But yeah, you know, the scriptures in what's that, Hebrews, the 11th chapter speaks about the heroes of faith. Alright, which it gives a list of our forefathers going through perilous things, and they had faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and the Lord delivered them from it. All right, and we're not exempt from that. The Lord Yahushai spoke about, because we're going to go through those same things, but the Lord Yahushai spoke about the hour of temptation, all right, which should come upon the whole world. All right, and you look at that word world, there's orchamented, so that means everybody on the planet Earth is going to have to go through that. Even the elect, the 144,000 and the 1/3. But the Most High has built the elect up with so much faith that they're going to survive it. They're going to survive it. All right, like the scripture say, Jeremiah 30:7 speaks about the hour of it speaks about the time of Jacob's trouble. It's like it, brothers. It speaks about the hour of the time of Jacob's trouble. All right, but he should be saved out of it. Who is the he? The elect. The elect will be saved out of it. All right. The elect will survive all the set perils. All right, that are set in front of them. The Lord is going to build them up in faith, increase them more in the time of affliction. All right, and they'll survive it. All right, but the masses of our people, the 2/3 of our people, they're not going to survive it. All right, they're not going to make it. Why? Because they have no faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. All right, and again, but we're going to be tested, man, and we're truly, real deal, going to have to show our faith. All right, because you know, brothers have been showing faith. It takes faith to go out on the highways and the byways, to go out there and push this word. But the times we're coming into now, all right, is pretty much going to separate because the scriptures say many are called, but few are chosen. All right, so many are called into this work, but few are chosen. All right, few are going to survive. Few are going to keep the faith unto death. The scriptures say, "Be thou faithful unto death." The Lord Yahushua says, "Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life." So you have to be faithful unto death, man. You have to be faithful unto death unto Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. All right, it's like it. We have to be faithful unto death until Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. All right? No matter what obstacles, again, is set in front of us, all right, we have to keep the faith. You have to pray to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua that He keeps that spirit on you. All right? Because, again, it does take faith to go out on the highways and the byways and push this word and do this work. All right? But when it really counts is when Jacob's trouble comes. That's when it really, really counts. All right? The hour of temptation, which is already pretty much beginning, because now they're telling brothers, and this is and this is the time, brothers, and this is the time that the beginnings of how can I say it? The times of us being tested, we're in those times now, because even though the real hour of temptation comes when the MOTB has been made mandatory, but now by way of these mandates due to the jab, all right, they're saying if you don't take the jab, you're gonna lose your job. All right, now they just approved it for the for children ages 5 to 11. All right, and there's something called medical child neglect. All right, and you know, of course, brothers have children, man. All right, and you know, the scriptures say, well, brothers have children, man. And you gotta, again, no matter what, you gotta keep your faith. All right, you know, I'm pretty sure brothers have read what the Lord Yahushua said. The Lord Yahushua said that he that loves his children or father more than me, his family basically basically summing it up in a nutshell, he that loves his family more than me is not worthy of me. All right, because they can take your kids away. There's something called medical child neglect. All right, and Esau has already got this thing in full swing because they've already approved it, and they said that last night they probably already got them. They probably been had them already ready, but they said that 24 hours we're going to start moving them, and they said that yesterday. So by Monday morning they'd be ready to go. All right, and then they said, but there's one more something else they was talking about with I think CDC or somebody they have to approve, but they said they're set to approve it Wednesday. All right, so by next week, they can easily come out and say, look, if your kid hasn't been, hit with the 1-2 punch, all right, then they can't attend school. And again, something's like it. And again, in that child medical neglect, all right, one of the 4 things that they consider neglect is depriving your child from Esau school system, their education. And you can't, at a certain age, you gotta attend Esau schools. Or I think the age you can drop out is like 17 or 18. I don't know if it changed now. I don't know if it changed or not, but I know you can't, at a certain age you gotta attend school. If not, then the child can be taken away from the parents. All right, the child can be taken away from the parents. So that's neglect. And again, if they say, look, if you ain't took this, or of course medical neglect. All right, but they can say, look, if your child hasn't taken this yet, he can't attend school. But you say, all right, well, he ain't gotta attend school. All right, I just take him out of school. All right, but some people might have to, people gotta, work or whatever. Most people gotta work. How you gonna, do that? And then, if you can't put him in school, you can't put him in daycare. All right, so the hour at the time of temptation is coming. Of course, with the jobs and all of that, they're making it, man, like Biden said, 100 or more employees, you have to be vaccinated. All right, so now more than ever, in these times that we're in and we're coming into, we're going to have to show our faith in the Lord, man. We're going to have to show our faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. And again, a good precept to read, the scriptures say, wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of our time. All right, and which of these precepts, the scriptures is what's going to keep us sane in the time of Jacob's trouble. All right, the good precept to read again is to go over Hebrews the 11th chapter. It speaks about the heroes of faith. All right, it speaks about the heroes of faith, man. All right, and our forefathers had to show their faith at one point, and we're going to have to too. Slack it again, brother, slack it. And we're going to have to too, man. We're going to have to show our faith in the Lord, man. All right. Matter of fact, keep gazing it out anyway. Let's do this. We're going to read that. Because our forefathers' faith got tested, man. Our forefather Abraham. Job. Abraham, a perfect example, man. How much he trusted in the Lord, man. He was willing to sacrifice his own son. Job kept his integrity until the end. And the Most High gave him 100-folds, man. All right, so we have to have that faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. You have to keep that faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. All right, unto death. All right, again, the Lord said, be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. Matter of fact, I'm going to read that. This is Revelation. It's like it. Revelation chapter 3. It's like Revelation 2 and 10. I always get them confused. Like it. Revelation chapter 2 verse 10. Fear none of these things which thou shalt suffer. Right, the Lord said, fear none of these things that thou shalt suffer. All right. Behold, the devil should cast some of you into prison, concentration camps or whatever, that ye may be tried, right? That ye may be tried, because we're all going to be tried, all right? Some brothers are going to have to go into concentration camps, Some brothers are going to, the job is going to come to them and say, look, you got to take this mandatory test. You got to take the mandatory vaccination. one or the other. All right. That's all part of the test. But the ultimate test is when the MOTB has been made mandatory. All right. And ye shall have tribulation 10 days, which is a period of time. It could be literally 10 days or, a period of time, however long, the Most High decides to test you, whatever you can handle. Be thou faithful unto death. Right, be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. Right, and I will give thee a crown of life. Which is what? To be a part of the kingdom of heaven. I mean, it's like it to be the first ones to be delivered out of here on the ships, on the chariots, and not taste the second death, or not be destroyed. To be a part of the 144,000 and 1/3. Be the first fruits to go into the kingdom. To be a part of those first fruits that get to go into the kingdom on the first go round. All right, which is that crown of life. Again, it's to be delivered and be a part of the first fruits to enter into the kingdom of heaven, the 144,000 and 1/3. All right, but again, the scriptures say, "Be thou faithful unto death, man." And that's what you got to do. Be faithful unto death. And again, it takes faith to go out on the highways and the byways. It definitely does. But at the end of the day, the real test is when the MOTB has been made mandatory. But again, it's kicked off now. Because again, the fact that they're telling you, look, it's this or your job, you lose your job. And a lot of people are bending over too, man. Like a lot of people up in New York, all right, they decide to they just bend over and take it, which ain't surprising because the scriptures say, the scriptures speak about we know a lot of people that's going to take the MOTB. A lot of people are going to take the MOTB. Like Elder Tahar said, that because they're seeking to save their life. Just like the reason why they're taking the jab, they're seeking to save their life. They don't want to lose they don't want to lose what they've got going on here. That's why they're bending over and taking it. All right, and a lot of them are paying with their life. All right, but yeah, a lot of people are going to take the MOTB, and like Elder Tahar has been saying, if you took the jab, you would take the MOTB. So it's not surprising that people are bending over because they don't have the faith of the Lord. They don't have no faith in the Lord. Their hope is in Esau's system. That's where their hope lies. Their hope isn't in the Lord. It's just solely in Esau's system. It's like if Esau's system it's Esau, basically to them, it's Esau's system of death. That's how they're looking at it. All right, no faith in the Lord, man. And a lot of our people believe that the Lord is coming back. Jesus is coming back to save. But why don't you have faith in the Lord that He's going to come back in these times to deliver us, which He is. Deliver the elect. But you really don't. A lot of massive of our people out there, they just trust solely in Esau, man. They trust solely in Egypt, which is going to cost them their life. But yeah, I don't want to go into a major rant, but yeah, bros, brothers, and brothers already know this. Of course, I speak as a novice. I'm hoping the Most High keeps the faith on the brothers out there, pushing on myself to keep the faith in these times are to come. Because again, that's the real test. All right, now, I mean, again, it takes faith to go out on the highways and the byways too. All right, but it really counts when Jacob's trouble comes. That's when it really counts. And when the MOTB has been made mandatory. All right, so with that, I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. Second of all, I want to give the belongings to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And third of all, I want to give a peace and safety to the brothers that push this truth and sincerity. With that, I'm going to say shalom.